preparing the audit test. So now, do you have any question for job competency unit number 1? Okay, if you don't have questions, so we can continue. Shall we continue, Mr. Agam?
Yes, of course.
Okay,
To
so
finish it quicker.
yeah, so to finish early, and then job competency unit number 2. Now we will go to the conducting pre-inspection of material and halal product process. Okay, Mr. Agam, please send the material to me, and then I will share to the group. You're not in the group, Mr. Agam?
Not,
Oh, I see.
not yet. So it's okay.
Oh no, I will add you. I will add you. Okay.
Okay, thank you so
Okay.
much.
So please send all of the material job competency unit number 2 here.
Okay, for okay, I will send the material for job competency number 2, and yeah, hopefully the rest of the participant will submit the audit plan. And okay, I hope everyone here already has good understanding regarding how to create the audit plan. Okay, I already share the material for job competency number 2. Kindly download them from WhatsApp group. Share screen. Okay. 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 The second job competency unit. The second job competency unit, we conduct pre-audit or first stage audit, or we can call it on the audit.
好了，你搞不上就不上了。对，你赛事来完了，我赛事参与过了。对。我们干了赛事就完了。
Okay. Okay, okay. Let me continue. Okay, this is the second job competency unit. It's about pre-audit or on-desk audit. We verify the document, and records the first time we receive the document from the system. Okay, on this audit. So on this audit, we have not meet directly with the halal management team. So we conduct the audit in our own office. Okay. Okay, the purpose is similar with the previous job competency unit. So hopefully, brother and sister will have enough knowledge, skill, and also attitude to conduct the pre-audit or the on-desk audit. Okay, here is the unit code and job competency title. It's about pre-audit or on-desk audit or the first stage audit. Okay, and the outline here. The first thing we verify the company profile, the name of the company, also the address of company, and the certification status, and we verify the compliance of halal system document, the halal manual, halal supporting document, flow chart, matrix of halal end product. We verify those aforementioned document. And the last outline here, we verify the implementation, the evidence of halal assurance system implementation. So we still the first audit or the first verification we conduct to the auditee. So the first thing we need to verify and compare the information from the halal manual with the information from the business legal document, including the name of the company, the address of the office, the address of the factory. Okay, here is the business legal document or NIB in Indonesia. Business legal document or legal document of company. Okay, we need to verify the information of company name, company address, factory address here, the scale of the enterprise in case we need to verify the scale of the enterprise. Okay, we verify the address, the name of the company, the factory address, and the certification status, new, development, or renewal. So I will try to show you how to verify the information of the company profile. So right now we use the dummy document to demonstrate this job competency unit. Okay. Case study halal pre-audit. Okay, so we use the dummy document for demonstrating this one. Okay, here is for the example. Okay, registration number is based on online registration system SH 2022-18888. It's it's automatically from the system or based on your certification system. It's okay. So it is based on the online registration system. Type of registration, new, development, or renewal. So we consider this case that the company register for halal certification for the first time. So we consider this one new certification. Okay, company name XYZ Chocolate Company. Okay, just the example, pre-inspection or pre-audit date, 21st October, the pre-audit objective, on this verification of halal system implementation, on this verification of halal system implementation, the scope of document and record, we will check company profile, halal assurance system document, halal system record, type of product based on the regulation, chocolate bar, pre-inspection place, depend on your halal certifier body, HFFAI office, or what halal trust, office. Okay, depend on your halal certifier, body, office, auditor. You can write down your name. Okay, company profile, for example here. So pass pre audit or fulfill the requirement, but we need to check first. We need to verify first. Okay, the name of company XYZ Co. Ltd. The scale of the business, middle height, office address, Narogong, KM20, production factory address, Bandung, 212. Okay, so we need to verify the information here, the company profile information, and compare to the information from the legal document of XYZ Co. Ltd. So we need to compare with the legal document. The legal document, I think it's attached here. Okay, here is the example of legal document in Indonesia. So we need to verify the name of the company, XYZ Co. Ltd. PT here is similar meaning. It's company limited, and the office address Narogong KM20 similar. Middle height, the scale of enterprise medium height or middle height is similar, and business location or factory address in Cicahem or Bandung, 212. Okay, so the information here is similar with the information mentioned on the company profile of halal manual. So that's why as a halal auditor, we write down here pass pre-audit. In case you find out the different information from the legal document and the company profile from the halal manual, you can write down the NC. What's the information being inconsistent, so you can write down the NC on pre-inspection note or on pre-audit report here. So because there's no NC between the company profile and the legal document, so we write here pass pre-audit. Okay, so we compare the information of the company name, company address, company factory, and the scale of the enterprise. If those information are similar, so we conclude here pass pre-audit. Any difference or any inconsistency of the information, you can write down as non-conformance. Okay, that's the first step of pre-audit. The next step, we will try to pre-audit. We will try to pre-audit the information of material, flowchart, and etc. So we go back to PowerPoint slide. Okay. Okay, we already verify the business. We already verified the company profile of the auditee. And next, we check, verify the compliance of halal system document. So the first thing we need to be able. Okay. The first one, we need to have capability. We need to have capability to categorize two type of material or two type of ingredients. So we need to categorize into non-critical material or positive list material. And second is critical material, non-critical material, positive list material. No need to attach halal supporting document. For the critical material, the company need to attach the halal supporting document. For example, valid halal certificate, valid flowchart, valid COA, valid statement letter from the producer, something like that. Okay, all critical material or material we need to assess. So the critical material must be supported by valid halal certificate. Beside slaughter animal, flavor, complex seasoning, fragrance, whey, lactose can be used. The combination of halal supporting document. Okay, we check one by one each material, and we conclude it on the pre-audit report. In case any inconsistency of the information, you can write down on pre-audit report. Okay, so for example, for the chemical, usually using trade name as the name of the material. So just like this, the material for cleaning agent, the material for cleaning agent product, material for cleaning agent or chemical, Texapon emal. This Texapon emal is, the chemical name is sodium lauryl sulfate. So as we know, if it's fat base or fatty acid base, we can conclude it as the critical material. That's why this Texapon emal must be halal certified or must be supported by valid halal certificate. Citric acid from fermentation process. So clearly, if it's from fermentation process of microbe, exactly, citric acid is the critical material and must be supported by halal certificate, like that. So we need to evaluate this material one by one. Is it critical or non-critical material? If it's critical, must be supported by valid halal certificate. How to know if the halal certificate is valid? So we need to check on BPJPH website again. So that's why for the auditor need to cross check and verify on BPJPH website, or we can call it bpjph.halal.co.id. Okay, for example, remind this one, Texapon emal 270N. So if the series number is this, the website of BPJPH have to mention the similar number as well. So emal 270N. Okay, I will stop. So we evaluate one by one, and we find out for this material, sodium sulfate is positive list material or non-critical material. So for the sodium sulfate, is it exempted from halal certificate document? Okay, that's the main principle. We categorize first the critical and non-critical material. If it's critical, it must be supported by valid halal supporting document. If it's positive list material, we can pass pre-audit directly. Okay, so we go to BPJPH website again. Okay, where is my Google Chrome? Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so we go to BPJPH website. So we have emal. Oh, the English version. Okay, I'm so sorry that the English version of BPJPH cannot search the verification of halal certificate. So to know the validity of halal certificate, we write here the name of material. Nama is here the name of the material. Emal 260. Okay, the series number must be similar, right? 270N, and click find out or validate. Okay, so this material emal 270N or sodium lauryl sulfate from the manufacturer Kao Chemicals, certificate number ID 004100, issuing date July 30, 2021. So the halal certificate of sodium lauryl sulfate is valid. Okay, so from this you can verify the validity of halal certificate. Or in here we can check the validity of halal certificate. For example, okay, brisket or part of the beef. Brisket. Okay, for example here, the name brisket from Killjoy, ID halal number, expiry date from the SCB, Australia Halal Development and Accreditation. Okay, brisket fat or beef fat from this producer from with this halal certified number, and then expiry date from the aforementioned SCB. Okay, AZIDT, Australia Halal Authority and Advisor. So you can check the validity of halal certificate via this BPJPH website. Okay, type the name of the material and click find out or cari here, and you will see here the name of the material, manufacturer, certificate number, expiry date, and from what SCB, something like that. Okay. Hopefully, brother and sister here already have knowledge how to check the validation, how to check the validity of the halal certificate.
Sorry, brother, just to interrupt you. To check the validity of the halal certificates, as you tried in English, it does not work for English. Like if we could want to verify any product, if it's coming under.
Sister?
So it does change to the English. I just need the website to find it out if it does work for English.
Oh, for English. Okay, for the English.
Yeah.
Okay, for the English part, I think. Okay, the English part. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry, sister. This website doesn't provide the English session, so only in Indonesia here, and registration check here, registration luar negeri, and you type the name of the material. For example, I type flavor.
Okay.
And click cari, and you will see here several flavor already halal certified, like that.
Okay, all good. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, we
You're
can do it.
welcome. You're
Thank
welcome. Yeah. Okay, so I'm so sorry, brother and sister. It's only available in Indonesia. I think we can give suggestion to BPJPH website developer to develop the certificate validation in English. Okay, but I already shared to you how to check the validity. Okay, check the name of the material, the manufacturer, the certificate number, and validity date or expiry date, and from what SCB. This example show us from Singapore SCB and Malaysia or Jakim SCB. Okay, that's how we check the validity of halal certificate of the critical material. Okay, so that's the first step. We are able to check the validity of halal certificate, and next okay. Okay, so if we find out this data, material name, glycerin from manufacturer, and with this certificate and expiry date like this, so brother and sister need to write down the NC, or non-conformance, the halal certificate from Jakim with number Jakim 220492 already expired. So you have to give the suggestion. You have to suggest the auditee to update the halal certificate of this glycerin. Okay. So in case any expiry date, the certificate already expired, or mistyping or wrong information regarding the country of the producer, you need to write down on pre-audit report and suggest the auditee to update with the new halal certificate. Okay, and then verify the halal manual document. Ensure that the halal document already answer 5 criteria of halal standard. So ensure already include commitment responsibility, material, halal product process, product, and internal audit management review. So in case any incomplete information, you can write down on pre-audit report and let the auditee give you the corrective action, I mean. Okay. Check the product name, verify the product name one by one. Do the product name already fulfill with the requirement of halal standard? Okay. And then verify the flow chart. Is it scientifically correct or not? And then you need to do your own scientific judgment, and also verify the matrix of material and product. Ensure the name of the material. Ensure the number of material between the document are similar. So on list of material, there are 20 material. So in the document of ingredient product matrix, there must be 20 ingredients also. So the similar number of the material. Okay, here is the example. Here is the example of the flow chart of lactic acid production. So the product being halal register is lactic acid. Any non-conformance from this document, brother and sister? Any NC from this flow chart document? So it's a fermentation process of sugarcane. And then after the fermentation, it is purified by activated carbon. After purified, the product is being packaged. And then the end product is LEVO plus lactic acid. Any non-conformance from this flowchart document? Okay. Any NC or Yeah, so we need to check in more detail. We need to verify in detail. So if we already learn basic microbiology, we need to have enough knowledge regarding the fermentation process. So for the microbe, it will be the first one. We need to have the culture stock culture of the microbe, and the stock culture of the microbe contain cryoprotectant. Cryoprotectant can give the capability to the microbe, so the microbe can live under low temperature, under cold temperature. So the microbe is dormant here. So because there is cryoprotectant in the stock culture, so the cryoprotectant have the halal critical point. The cryoprotectant can be from lactose, can be from glycerol, can be from skim milk powder. So that's why the stock culture process here have not yet explained in this flow chart. After the stock culture, the culture will be refreshed. So there will be the refreshment process of the stock culture or the refreshment of the microbe. So the refreshment also contain halal critical media, halal critical medium, maybe contain peptone, contain beef extract, something like that. After refreshment, it will be continue to inoculum development. So the inoculum development, the company will obtain we will obtain the sufficient amount of microbe in CFU to do the fermentation process. So in this flowchart, the flowchart have not yet explained the stock culture process, the refreshment process, and inoculum development process. And also we need to trace the halal status of the microbe. Is it pure? It is pure culture, or it is already genetic engineer microbe. So we need to trace the halal status of the pure microbe. Is it pure lactic acid bacteria, or is it already genetically engineered? Because if it's already genetically engineered, the halal critical point is highly critical in halal aspect. Okay, so we have two non-conformance finding here in this flowchart diagram. No explanation of stock culture, refreshment, and inoculum development process, and no explanation regarding it is pure culture of bacteria, or is it genetically engineered bacteria, or GMO bacteria.
Sorry, brother, to interrupt you again, but it's not clear, the flow chart. We can't, I'm not able to see it properly.
Okay,
Sorry about
okay,
that.
it's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay,
so
sister. I
even,
already.
yeah. Yeah, even though can't read it out, like where is, what are the process following and what to see. So sorry about that. It's not really clear to understand it.
Okay, okay, it's okay because it for I know it is sometimes we will get the unclear document from a client or from the company. That's why I already prepare you to face if you find out the document like this. That's sister that I just want to prepare the participant in case obtaining this kind of document.
Okay, so this is like a pre-preparation for
Yeah, the
getting ready
preparation.
to.
Yes, yes, of
Okay, yeah.
course. That's why this is okay. So a flowchart for the fermentation process is difficult. Okay, so you will find out several several example of flowchart, but if you feel that the document is unclear, you can ask the company or you can ask the client to fulfill or submit to you the clear version of the flowchart. Okay, verification of halal. Okay, verification of halal assurance system implementation. You need to verify the halal policy. Is it already implemented or not? Any evidence of the halal poster or the evidence of its dissemination. And then we verify the halal training implementation. We check the list of participant document, training material, training certificate, and then evidence of training evaluation or post-test evaluation. And then we verify the internal audit implementation, the audit checklist, auditor qualification, or maybe the summary of internal audit implementation. So for the implementation of internal audit, it can be integrated. So the evidence may be in the integrated form, integrated of halal and food safety, integrated of halal and ISO. Maybe you can, maybe in real situation, you will find out the document in the form of integrated version. Okay, so and then verify the evidence of management review implementation. Okay, minute of meeting or maybe attendance list, and ensure the management review activity is attended by top management. Okay, if the evidence not enough or inconsistent or maybe doesn't match between each other, you can write down on pre-audit report. Okay. Okay, here is case study first. You find out the company use hydrogenated tallow, partially hydrogenated tallow, and the client only attach this TDS document. Okay, so brother and sister, is it enough to fulfill the requirement of halal status of the tallow, or is this document enough to fulfill the halal requirement? Technical datasheet TDS for this one, partially hydrogenated tallow. Is this document enough or not?
No.
No. Why, sister?
No. Because tallow, it's need halal certification because it's not clear.
Okay. So it's still not clear. Tallow is bovine fat. Yeah, it's bovine fat, and to obtain the tallow, we need to slaughter slaughter the animal first and
According to
extract it.
Islamic Sharia law, yeah.
To fulfill the Islamic Sharia and law, if it's obtained from slaughter animal, all the document must be in the form of valid halal certificate. All right, because sometimes if the company doesn't really understand about what is halal, what is this or no, sometimes the company only attach you TDS or maybe COA or maybe only the product specification without knowing the traceability of its material. So that's why we need to have a good understanding in conducting and to how to do the traceability of the material. All right, so yeah, the material is not that much for job competency unit, but we will use the real document to demonstrate this job competency unit. So we are going back again to chocolate factory halal manual document. All right, share screen and then case study. Okay, so no. Okay, the good news is no assignment for this job competency unit. But hopefully, brother and sister understand the content of this pre-audit report. So when we conduct the pre-audit to halal manual, let's try to find out to halal management team letter. Okay, halal management team appointment letter. All right. Halal management team appointment letter. Halal management team appointment letter. Okay, the division or the section only consists of R&D, halal supervisor, QA/QC, and top management. Okay. Any non-conformance or any note for this document, brother and sister? Okay. First thing to confirm, is the production document must include in this letter or document? Is the production section halal critical point? Okay, so in this document, there are non-conformance on there is NC on this document. There must be the production section, purchasing division, and warehouse logistic department. So the halal management team must include all the personnel belong to halal critical process. Okay, so the production, also the warehouse logistic department and purchasing department must include in this halal management team letter. So we write down with the PLOR principle or the NC non-conformance sentence here. Okay, so describe the NC, the problem halal management team of XYZ Co Ltd not yet involve the division of production, purchasing, and logistics. Location, halaman manual page, and objective. The objective is its document, the aforementioned document, Halal Management Team Appointment Letter, XYZ Core Ltd, reference from the clause of the Halal standard criteria, reference, commitment, and responsibility decree of BPJPH 20 of 2023. Okay, so that's how you compose or determine the non-conformance from the document. Okay, and then list of halal material and supporting document. List of halal material supporting document. So we go to list of halal material here. Okay. In reality of halal auditor work, you need to verify each one of this halal number, halal certificate number. You need to verify to BPJPH website. But I think in this training we can do the verification quickly. Okay. So we find out here vanillin is positive list material or non-critical material. So based on the scientific judgment, vanillin can be produced by fermentation process. So the vanillin cannot be grouped or categorized as positive list material. So this one, the first NC, and also all fatty acid derivative, all protein derivative belong to halal critical material. Also here, fatty acid derivative, it's not positive list material. So we have to define the NC, vanillin and polyglycerol-polyglycinoleate are not positive list material and must be supported by valid halal certificate. Water, peanut, cashew nut. So we find out here no primary packaging information from halal material list. No cleaning agent and sanitizing agent information on this halal material list. So we can conclude that there are no information of sanitizing agent, cleaning agent, and packaging material from list of halal material. Okay, so we need to check one by one each indicator here. List of halal material. If you have NC, have non-conformance, you need to explain here. Product, flowchart, and then here the important one, matrix of material and product. So this is the step to verify this matrix. So it is on attachment 6. It's on attachment 6 and count the number of material. We found out in this attachment there are 13 material. And we need to compare with the previous attachment. Attachment 6 has 13 material, and we compare here there is 14 material. So the number of material must be similar between attachment 5 and attachment 6. So there is inconsistency of the number of the material. That's why you need to write down. You need to write down here. There is a difference between total material on attachment 5 and attachment 6. So that's why you need to compose it as non-conformance of pre-audit. Okay, halal policy dissemination. Halal policy dissemination. Okay, we have this halal policy. We have this, oh sorry, not. Okay, we have halal policy here, XYZ Co Ltd. So the dissemination of halal policy must be disseminated internally, internal of the organization, and must be disseminated to the external of organization. So we just find out dissemination of internal halal policy, not yet disseminate to the external of organization. No dissemination of halal policy to the supplier of material. So that's why I write it down. I write it. There's no record about halal policy dissemination to the supplier or distributor of the material. Location, objective, and criteria of commitment and responsibility. Human resource training regarding the halal training. Let's find out here. Okay, human resource training, it's explained here about the training, internal and external. And find out the evidence of the training or internal training evaluation is not yet fulfilled here. It's not yet fulfilled here, the internal training. No attendance list as well. And let's check again. The competency certificate. The competency certificate valid for 2 years. It is from December 2022. So the certificate of competence of halal supervisor here, it's halal supervisor, right? So the certificate of halal supervisor, it's already it's expired 2022. Okay, so the certificate of human resource development is already expired, and no evidence of internal training is attached here. Okay, human resource training, and we check again. Okay, internal audit indicator. So we go to the internal audit. Oh, to the flowchart first, sorry, before internal audit. Okay, the flowchart explain from the incoming material, to the packaging, packaging process. So this process already explain about each step of the process. So that's why for the flowchart we consider pass pre-audit. Okay, and then the internal audit. Okay, actually the client or company conduct the internal audit. They implement the internal audit, but doesn't fulfill the evidence. What's the evidence of this? The answer is yes, 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 but no evidence. No evidence find out on no evidence find out on the checklist of the halal internal audit. Okay, so actually this is the real case in Indonesia. The client check on yes, 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 already implement, already done it, but no evidence written here. So that's why the halal auditor consider as non-conformance. And you need, and also it must be PDCA on the date of its implementation. The first implementation from the date of halal policy, the date of issuing of halal policy. After that, implement the training or human resource development, and after the training, it's the date of internal audit. After internal audit, the management conduct the review or management review. Okay, so the attendance list of internal audit does not do not include the production, the purchasing department, and the minute of meeting. It's already written here. Okay. Okay, here is the NC from internal audit and management review already conducted, and you can determine your pre-audit conclusion. The on-site audit or on-site inspection can be conducted, but however, several non-conformance findings must be revised, or the company need to submit the corrective action of this pre-audit section. Auditor sign here, and the company auditee sign here. Okay, we already discussed all the indicator need to be verified during pre-audit section. Okay, any question or anything to discuss regarding job competency number 2? Feel free to ask me via chat or via directly, doesn't matter. So if brother and sister already well understood, I think we can finish the today training earlier.
So how, brother and sister, do you have a question? Please, we still have time. Maybe
No
for
question. No question from Australia, brother, but we are already midnight. It's near to
Okay.
12 a.m. It's 12 a.m.
Okay, yeah. I think it's okay, brother Asep, to if there's no question, because already midnight in Sydney, right?
Okay. I understand. Okay. So, thank you very much, Mr. Agam. Thank you very much for all of participants.